This is Ennis Lions football on 106.9 The Ranch. Stay tuned for updates and scores from across the Golden Circle. And now, back to the game.
We are back at Mesquite Memorial Stadium, and Terrence Williams dazzling the crowd here tonight. A 52-yard scoring run. The two-point conversion attempt by Nick Gabriel was no good, and Whitehouse right now clinging to a one-point lead, 14-13 with 48 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Here's a high kick from Sanchez to the 3, across the 10, 15, 20, 25, and again out comes Jake Parker, and he'll get to the 27.5-yard line, make it to 28, and that's where the Wildcats will have it first down and 10.
Yeah, great open field tackle there by number 32, Clay Quinn. Got a couple of updates on scores right now of interest. Red Oak is beating Corsicana in Midlothian 20-0, and this one's a little bit of surprise right here to me, is that Frisco is defeating Highland Park 14-0.
Well, I've got my thoughts about Highland Park.
Okay.
I think they're overrated. We'll get into that later.
Yes.
Because I got to get on my soapbox. Here's a snap back to Mahomes. He's going to throw up and go route to Cantrell, who again had to leave, get up in the air and go airborne to try to reel that in on the far sideline, but he was unable to get it and make the catch. But a fine effort by Cantrell, incomplete, second down and 10.
Yeah, it was a great defensive play out there by Andy Andrade. He forced him to the sideline, so even if he tries to come down with the ball, he is going to be out of bounds and no way to really come up with that catch.
So again, the Lions still looking to play press man coverage on these wideouts and showing the 7-man front. Mahomes in the shotgun standing at his 24. It's a handoff, and it's right up the middle, and a fine job by Malik Jenkins and company. Also in there, Shamari Reed, it looked like, and a couple of other Lions there to make the stop. Barely a gain on the play out to the 29. We'll call it a third down situation now, and about 9 still needed for the first.
Yeah, the thing about this kind of offense, though, it really taxes your defense, and you've got to make a lot of substitutions to keep players fresh.
Third down play, looks one way, looking the other way. He's going to throw the tunnel screen back. The ball's called. Look out. 35-40 is Cantrell. He's to the 45-yard line and wrapped up there. They're going to say just shy of the 45 to the 44. A big gain on the play and picking up a first down for Whitehouse with 2 seconds left, what could be the final play of the opening quarter. They'll get the 6 reset here with a pickup of the first down and then run off the 2 remaining seconds. And they do. So after 1 quarter of play, our score in this playoff game, in a battle of 16-4A versus 15-4A, it's Whitehouse, the Wildcats, 14, the Ennis Lions, 13. Back with more Ennis playoff football right after this.
The Ennis Live football season is here, and there's no way you can have a true tailgate party without a tailgate. Ennis Ford wants to remind you that they've been selling the best-selling trucks in the industry for years, and they all have tailgates. From the sales department to the parts department to the service department, Ennis Ford knows what it's like being a winning team. Living in Ennis with the Lions setting the bar, you got to know how to toe the line, and Ennis Ford stands tall on the field. Hand off that old ride to Ennis Ford and pass your competition in a new Ennis Ford located at 900 North I-45 in Ennis. Call them at 972-875-9067. At Ennis Ford, we got spirit, yes we do.
Dallas Cowboys football 2012.
Now there's a run. There's a grown-up big boy run by DeMarco Burke. Man, Ware came through there like a banshee. 4th and goal, play fake, bootleg to the right. He's got it all open for him. Romo runs it in. Touchdown on 4th down.
And Sunday afternoon, it's your Cowboys and the Cleveland Browns live from Cowboy Stadium on this Dallas Cowboys radio network station.
Dallas Cowboy football is brought to you by Igloo Foam Insulation Incorporated in Corsicana. Stop paying out the wazoo. Insulate with Igloo. This is Ennis Lions football on 106.9 The Ranch. Let's go back to the stadium with Tim Samuels and Nick Jordan.
On the first play of the second quarter, Mahomes threw a pass that Darby Smith sat on in the route and is thinking, I had 6, I had nothing but green turf in front of me, but I dropped the football, does Darby Smith, and now giving Mahomes second chance, 2nd and 10, 4 seconds into the second quarter, now going long on a go route, far side of the field, and he's going to overthrow his intended receiver, Jaylon Dews, incomplete. It's going to bring up 3rd down and still 10 for the Wildcats.
But yeah, what you've got to admire from Mahomes here is what a pretty pass he throws. That ball was tight spiral, had a nice loft on it. It was a little far out of bounds. Ennis is proving they can get to Mahomes if they get to him a little quicker to keep him from making these big plays on throws.
Mahomes on 3rd down and 10, looks one way. Now he's going to throw the tunnel screen back to the other side. This time the Lions, Ruben Gonzalez sitting on it as number 9, Ryan Cheatham, makes the catch, but he's wrapped up immediately by Gonzalez, and he'll be dropped at the 41, a loss of 4. Now 4th down, and the second punting situation for the Whitehouse Wildcats.
Yeah, they've set, Ennis has now made two good plays on the bubble screen. The first bubble screen they got, Nate Allen actually made the play, but just couldn't hold on to the receiver coming on that bubble screen.
Destin Wilkins to do this kick in, and he gets off a high driving kick. Is going to push the return man back to the 15 as Darby Smith. Oh, we got a fumble on the field. Who's going to get it? The Ennis Lions look like they recovered it. Darby Smith, who is spinning like the Tasmanian devil coming out of it, but coughed up the football. But fortunately for the Lions recover and retain possession of the football.
Yeah, Jorge Renteria right there, Johnny on the spot to keep that ball out of the Wildcats' hands deep in Ennis territory. They're going to get the ball right now on their own 24-yard line, but it looks like we have a Wildcat down on the field and injured.
One of the local teams out of the Golden Circle in playoff action tonight, Nick. The Kearns Bobcats are playing Hico. That game being played over at Waco Robinson Rocket Stadium right now with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. It's Hico 14, Kearns 0 in this by-district game for the Kearns Bobcats.
Yeah, and I'll be in Hico tomorrow. I'll be leaving in the morning to go to Hico for a little family time for Thanksgiving weekend, so I'm looking forward to the drive to Hico and playing Kearns. Let's hope the Bobcats can turn it around and come back. We've done a Kearns game this year, and we were impressed by their play, so let's hope they can turn that around and get another win for the Golden Circle.
Another game close to home out of Ellis County. Midlothian drew a tough matchup here, having to play Waco Midway. Right now it's Midway leading Midlothian 7-0 with 5:24 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, I've got an update from H.B. Johnson Stadium in Garland. John Tyler leading Waxahachie 14-7.
And here we go, ready to resume play. 11 minutes and 4 seconds of this thrilling of a contest already here in the second quarter. And 14-13 is our score with the Wildcats from Whitehouse on top of the Ennis Lions. And it's going to be a pitch out to Terrence Williams going right. And before he can get on track, the penalty flag by the lines judge is thrown in on the play. And you got to believe this is going to be illegal procedure against the Ennis Lions.
Yeah, it looks like we had a little movement on the offensive line right there, just trying to get a quick start.
The Lions already, Nick, with one turnover tonight and almost had a turnover a while ago on the Darby Smith return, but fortunately the fortuitous bounce and the Lions hustling after the football, retaining possession, that could have been huge.
That could have been huge, giving the Wildcats the ball that deep in Ennis territory, and really could have been devastating for that Ennis Lions defense to have to come back on the field after making a great stop and keeping them to a punt.
First down and 15, operating from their own 19-yard line. Brandon Adams is going to fake it, counter. Now he's going to throw it back. He's got a man open at the 20. The ball's caught out to the 25 and pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line for the Ennis Lions is number 17, Dante Thompson, who doesn't typically figure into the passing routes and catching the football. But Thompson, with the ball thrown to him for the first time tonight, makes the catch.
Yeah, good sophomore-looking wide receiver right there. He hung tough, caught the ball, made some positive yardage. I mean, he only got 3 yards out of it, but it's interesting to see some of the, that he's getting some more players in here to try to make something happen.
The Lions in the huddle coming out. They'll send Shamari Reed as they're going to run 3 receivers in a bunch formation. Now they'll break that set. Shamari Reed as the H-back to the right-hand side. Terrence Williams, the lone setback, double tight end. Handoff, Terrence Williams sweeping right, 25, 30, 35, and across the 37-yard line out to the 38 goes Terrence Williams, a gain of 12 yards on the play, and a big Ennis Lions first down.
Yeah, if he doesn't run into his own offensive lineman right there, he might break that into a larger play, but his offensive linemen out there doing what they do to make big blocks, get him down the field, just kind of got in Terrence's way a little bit, and he had to cut it back and run back into the Wildcat defense.
Yeah, technically the nose of that football is closer to the 39-yard line, so credit Williams with a gain of 13 on that carry. 10:31 clock moving again. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers set, handoff to Nick Gabriel. Big hole. Just bursting through it across the 45 out to the 49-yard line. Nick Gabriel is going to pick up right at a 11 yards and back-to-back first downs for the Ennis Lions.
Yeah, and I tell you what, if Isaiah Burton doesn't bring him down there, he's got a lot of wide-open territory to run to get another 15 to 20 yards before the strong safety can drift over and try to make a tackle on him.
And they'll scoot the football up to the 50-yard line. So with 10:16 to play and the clock moving second quarter, the Lions trailing Whitehouse 14-13, but with the football in great field position now after a couple of key first downs by both Nick Gabriel and Terrence Williams. And right here, the penalty flag on the field as big number 77 for the Lions, Montrell Newsom, jumped a little bit too early over there on the right side.
Yeah, he jumped a little early, but it looked like, he was almost induced by that from, number 89, Will Thomas kind of jumped into the neutral zone and kind of made Montrell stand up a little bit, but they're going to call it on the offense at that time. And I know Coach Alvarez over there talking to that line judge saying, hey, are you sure about that?
Still over 10 minutes to play before halftime, but we want to encourage everybody to come back and join us at halftime for the Citizens National Bank halftime show, where we're going to recap, obviously, the first half of this ball game, but give you all the scoring updates from around the Golden Circle, Ellis County, and much more around the state as playoff football is upon us. Here's a pitch out coming to the near side, and that looks like Nick Gabriel takes a big hit. Now a little extracurricular activity between Gabriel and number 23, who laid the wood on him that time, Kobe Campbell, and a pretty good hit. Gabriel is going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, second down and 10.
Well, he gains 5 yards in that play because of the penalty on the previous play to make it first and 15. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Good hard running, but getting a little chippy out there with a hard tackle to the sideline.
Shamari Reed is set up on the right. Yard line, so a gain of 10 yards on the play for Terrence Williams.
Terrence is running with a lot more determination this game than we've seen him in the last couple of games. Yes, like we said last week, he made some big runs against Waxahachie, but nothing sustainable. He is really hitting the hole hard tonight and making a lot of good yardage.
This is the kind of drive that we talked about, keeping Mahomes and his offense on the sideline while you cause this defense to get winded, get tired, and you eat up the clock, especially if it can culminate in a touchdown drive for the Ennis Lions. There's a handoff to Nick Gabriel going left, and inside the 42 on that quick hitter, and then maybe down to the 40, checked at the 36-yard line.
But yeah, you can see this drive is taking something out of the Wildcats. I see a lot of their defensive line with hands on their hips, trying to take deep breaths. They look a little winded right now, so it's time to keep pounding the ball there and get good positive yardage out of your duo of Williams and Gabriel.
About a 3.5-yard gain on the play is going to leave the Lions with a second down and a short 6 needed to pick up the first down as Devin Smith goes to the far side, and one receiver to the near side, Terrence Williams, the lone setback. He's going to get the pitch out coming left. He's going to put a stiff on one would-be tackler. He's going to get it upfield inside the 35 to about the 33. And a nice gain on the play by Terrence Williams all the way to the 33. And let's see if they move it to the 32. Now, 33-yard line is going to leave the Lions faced with a third down and 3 needed to pick up the first down.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Terrence Williams use that kind of a stiff arm all year long until tonight. Boy, he is really making any tackler that comes on him really pay for that, like you said, a.k.a. Earl Campbell.
Well, I tell you. Now, Ryan Woods is going to split out. Don't see this very often. 2-back set. And now Brandon Adams is going to come out from under center, and Coach Alvarez has elected to call a timeout, his first of 3 timeouts here. 7:43 to play in the second quarter. It is Whitehouse 14 and Ennis 13. We'll be back with more Lions playoff football right after this.
I choose.
I choose.
Yo escojo.
We all choose.
Ennis Regional Medical Center.
Ennis Regional has become the choice in Ellis County for orthopedic care and sports medicine recovery. All patients receive individual care and a conservative approach to surgery for the most accurate and personal recovery. Don't let pain stop the play this season. Choose Ennis Regional Orthopedic Sports Medicine. Visit us at ennisregional.com or call 855-875-ERMC.
This is Ennis Lions football on 106.9 The Ranch. Stay tuned for updates and scores from across the Golden Circle. And now, back to the game.
We're still in timeout here from Mesquite Memorial's